Hey guys, Tonic here. Yesterday Bethesda updated the PTS so we could get an early look at the upcoming Mutation Invasion update for Fallout 76. There are mutated public events, changes to daily ops, new infusions, legacies lost their effects again, and a few smaller changes that I really like. So in this video, I'll quickly go over the major stuff with this new update and show some gameplay. And with that being said, let's get right into it. First up, let's talk about the new mutated events. These events will happen at the top of the hour every hour, and they are pretty much just the normal events but with a random daily ops mutation given to the enemies. So for example, this line in the sand has the swift-footed mutation, and when you travel to the event it will play the exact same as normal, just with some changes to the enemies. You could get enemies that explode upon death, enemies that are invisible and not attacking, enemies that can only be killed with a melee attack, freezing enemies that slow you down, enemies that leave behind small poisonous gases upon death, enemies that heal each other when grouped up, and lastly there is the swift-footed mutation where they have increased movement speed. So far, I've played a few of the mutated events, and the events can be a bit harder than normal. For example, I played one Violent Night, and the mutation was where they drop acid when they die, and being that it's in a small building with ghouls sprinting in, it was a little bit harder. And I also did play Line in the Sand with the swift-footed mutation, and the Scorched Beast was affected by it, so it was just flying around insanely fast. So the mutations can make a pretty big difference during some events. But with that being said, I did also play Uranium Fever, and the mutation was group regeneration, where they heal when they are all grouped up, and the enemies are already so spread out during this event, so it didn't really make a difference, and it played pretty much like normal. Overall, I think the change is fun. It's a neat idea and it can definitely mix up normal events. I would imagine some events can become really hard, like Radiation Rumble with the Resilient mutation, where enemies can only be killed by melee attacks, or maybe Eviction Notice with the swift-footed mutation so that the super mutants can just quickly sprint to the center. Now, I'm not sure if this will affect seasonal events like Meat Week and Fajnot and all of that, because most seasonal events happen at the top of the hour every hour, just like these mutated events, but I would imagine that those are going to stay the same. Moving on though, after completing a mutated event, you can be rewarded with this new mutated party pack, and it says that you can get this for completing a mutated event with 3 Fallout First members present, which is kind of strange, but when you open it, it will give you some random stuff like ammo or plans, but it can also give you this new infusion reagent. This is a new crafting item that you can turn into a consumable item called infusions. Now so far there are only 2 on the PTS available. There is the Healing Cloud Infusion and Steel Skin. The Steel Skin Infusion will give you the effects of wearing power armor for several minutes, and the Healing Cloud Infusion will heal you and other friendly nearby players for several minutes. Now you won't have these plans right away, you will have to unlock them from the world challenges. Up next we have some daily ops changes. There are 3 new daily ops locations coming with this update: the Capitol Building, Garahan Mining Headquarters, and the Morgantown High School. On top of that, there is also a new daily ops faction, the Zayton Aliens. Now joining a daily op with the aliens is actually pretty neat. Instead of the normal initiate dodge, Homer will pop in and talk with you throughout the mission.
This is Homer. I have lost contact with several uplinks in your area. I need those operational to anticipate future extraterrestrial assaults. It is not only the Brotherhood that is using these uplinks. However, please do not inform them of my participation here. It would be most inconvenient.
Now on top of the new alien faction and locations, there is also a new mutation with daily ops, and it's called Reflective Skin. This one is pretty interesting and had died a few times trying to figure it out. Pretty much when they have that blue glow, they will reflect some of the damage you do back to you. So if you fire a burst of rounds at them with the glow, you will end up taking damage, and it's pretty interesting and it can get kind of hard, but if you just wait for the glow to disappear, then they will take damage like normal. And now for some of the smaller changes that are coming with this update. Starting off with my personal favorite, gunpowder can now be put in your scrap box. This is an awesome change that I've wanted for a while. Gunpowder can get pretty heavy when you collect a ton of it, so I would usually always just craft it before I started crafting ammo, but now we can actually craft it and just go ahead and put it right in the stash box for later use. It's a really small change, but it is a good one. Also, on the PTS, legacy weapons are gone again. It seems to be the same as the last time on the PTS when they tried it. The explosive star is removed from the energy weapons and it becomes just a normal weapon. So maybe the legacy removal is coming with this update, or maybe they're just testing it again and will change it throughout the PTS cycle like last time. And it's not just energy weapon legacies, this quad crossbow is also losing its quad effect, so it seems like every type of legacy weapon is being affected by this change. But I think that is just about every major change coming with this update, and as far as my overall thoughts go, I do like the mutated events and the changes to daily ops and infusions seem pretty cool, and I really like that gunpowder change, but I will say that I hope this isn't everything for the next update. It's all decent, but it just doesn't feel like a whole lot, especially when you compare it to the last few updates. We just got the pit, and that was a pretty big update. Then we got Nuka World on tour, and that was a good size and it brought in a ton of stuff. And next up, it looks like we have all of this, and I felt like the game had so much momentum heading into the new year with the past two updates being pretty solid, but this just doesn't have a whole lot to it. So hopefully over the next few weeks we can see some more things get added into the PTS, or maybe we can see this update come as a mini update just randomly thrown into the game at some point, and we still get a major update early next year. But that is going to be it for this video, so let me know what you think about this stuff down in the comments below. Do you think it looks good, or are you disappointed with this update? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and I would like to say thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. And as always, I'd like to give a massive thank you to all of the channel members: Robert Kennard, CRM114, Theodore, Slappy Sauce, SDeath93, King Kittens, Omniprotus, Terry Lockridge, Dalton Murphy, Victrix, Argendeer, Shaky Hands Workshop, Axel, Kevin W, Anna S, Fallout McFly, Networkgate, Gulty, Wandering Wastelander, Lanthar, Captain Awesome, Citizen Girl, Heather Henderson, Patrick Ruda, 23 Icefire, Jay Smith, Bowser Double Frang, Digital Aardvark, Christy Mellon Schwitz. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys, and have a great day.